Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm out here walking, getting it in. It's a beautiful day, but I've been walking for a little minute and it's getting hot out here. I should have come sooner, but I didn't, so I'll suffer, but I'm gonna get it in. So anyway, I wanted to come on here, do my midweek motivation. So let's get it. So what I wanted to talk about today, kind of impromptu, but yesterday I heard someone ask the question. They said, if there were 5 birds on a ledge and 4 of them made the decision to jump off the ledge, how many birds would be left? And of course, I think most of us want to say 1. And he said no. The answer is 5. Because making a decision does not equate to execution. So just because we decided to do something does not mean we actually did it. And therefore, he's basically was telling us, that in our businesses, in our lives, when we have goals, it is imperative to make a plan. And I tell you, there was a time a few months back, and definitely last year, where I was so busy that I didn't feel like I had time to sit and plan. I'm like, I don't have a day to plan. I don't have 2 hours to plan. I got stuff to do right now. And then I remember the months that I did take time to plan, I could reach those goals because it was pretty clear how I was going to do it. And I think when you're just so cluttered and inundated and you're doing too many things and you're not focused, that you don't progress as readily if you sit down and you actually make a plan. And you may have 10 things that you want to accomplish, but you got to pick the 2 or 3. We have to set SMART goals. So they have to be attainable. So you may have something you want to do by the end of June. There may be something you want to be done with by the 3rd quarter, but you want to start it in June. So your goal for June may be setting up the outline or whatever, purchasing supplies. There's a part of that plan that you want to execute in June, but you already know it's too big of a task, or you have other things that you have to attend to, and you can't do it all. We're just not superhuman. And so we have to prioritize. What do we really need to be working on? And believe me, I don't care how great the plan is, it's going to change. It's going to be different. It's not going to go exactly according to the way you think it should go, but it's all good. It's still better to have a plan than to not have a plan. So I would say take a moment. I know it's the 2nd in June, but it's not the 22nd. So if you have not taken time to sit and formulate a plan for the month of June, take time to do so. If you don't know what to do, you can maybe Google some templates to sit down, or get you a coach. So it depends what your goals are. So if it's regarding nutrition, health, or fitness, you may want to get a trainer and say, hey, listen, is it possible that I could lose 10 pounds this month? And they may say, possible, but very unlikely, especially if you're a sedentary person. So they may say, well, let's work on your meal plan. Let's work on an exercise regimen that you're actually going to do. Let's see how committed you are to this. And maybe we could get 3 pounds off you this month. And then as you start to pick up, as you start to do this as a habit, then you could possibly do the 10 next month, because now your body's transforming. You're eating a whole lot less calories and things of that nature. So now it becomes more doable. So, but you got to start somewhere. You may, if it's pertaining to your business, if you don't know how to start the business, there are a lot of people that can help you with that. Or if you've already started it and you don't know what else to do with it, you don't know how to create a marketing strategy, or there are pieces of it you don't know. You need a website. You need some things and you don't know what to do. There are lots of people. And unfortunately, just like a lot of things, just like dating, just like when you're looking for a daycare, you have to vet people. You have to, just like when you're house hunting, come up with a checklist of what you should be looking for. I remember, and I'm I started with an auditing background, and I'm so by the book and so, regimented in some things. So I printed a checklist, and it was very comprehensive. It was 2 pages, and every time I went to look at a new home, I had my checklist, the things that I had to have. And, then I had the things that I wanted, but they weren't mandatory. But I had a checklist, and I used to check them off. So that's how I could remember, because, some days you would look at 4 and 5 houses, and then when you go back home, you can't remember house number 2 from house number 4. So, I would take pictures, and I would, have my checklist, and then write notes, what I liked about it. Could I see myself in it? What, down to the smell. So that's a, that's something, but I have a sensitive sense of smell. And so my thing was, I didn't want any pets or anything, because it would smell bad to me, the house. Or no smokers, forget it. I don't do cigarettes. You could have the whole house. I don't want a house that smells like cigarettes. So I remember having that checklist. I also remember when I was looking for a daycare, when my daughter was a few months old. And I went to lots of places, and I literally would take a few hours off from work in the mornings, and I would go early morning, maybe by 7:30 or 8 in the morning. I would get to the daycare, and I would stay. I would stay for at least an hour or longer. And I had a checklist, so I would always go to the bathroom. I would tell them I needed to use the bathroom, and I wanted to go and see how clean the sink was. I would look in the tub, the toilet, look how clean it is. Do they have the little step stools? There were things that I wanted to know. Are there wipes there? How are they washing their hands? And I wanted to know, what type of environment. Actually, she was a little older. But what type of environment she was going to be in. And that was very important to me. And then, of course, you use your instincts, because although I had my checklist and I was checking things off, I remember I got to one daycare, and, sometimes they would sit and they would talk to you, and they'd talk to you for like 20 minutes at a time. And they'd answer all the questions that you had. And, oh, this is great. It's a great place. Your daughter will really enjoy this and this and this and the other. And then I got to one place, and she came over and talked to me for like maybe 2 minutes. And then she'd be like, hold on, Jonathan, come here. Don't hit her. No, come over here. And then she'd try to rush back over, and she'd be like, yeah, so our hours are so and so and so. Wait a minute. Hold on. Miss Kate, can you get Jasmine and wipe her nose for her? Here, hold on a minute. Come here, Jasmine. Let me wipe your nose. And then, and I was there for like an hour and a half. That woman didn't have time to talk to me, because she was so busy caring for these children. And that's the one that I chose, because she wasn't about the billboards and the media kits. She wasn't about telling me the history and sitting with me for 20 minutes at a time when these kids are not being watched. She into them babies. She dedicated her life to those babies, and you had to wait. Everything had to wait, because she had to wipe somebody's nose. She had to take this one to the bathroom. She was caring for them babies. And I knew that if mine was amongst the group, she'd be caring for mine like that. And that was, so that was kind of a heart decision, in addition to my mama's calling, so I got to get off here in a minute, because you know she's going to call me right back. So anyway, I say that for whatever the thing is, because whatever the goal is that we have not achieved, we may not know what to do. So we're going to have to seek wise counsel. Find somebody who is where we want to be. And in many cases, we're going to have to pay for this service. So I would say, see the value, because sometimes you'll say, I'm not paying $100 to find out how to lose this belly fat. I don't want to do that. $200 so I could lose this. Well, guess what? This belly fat been with you for 20 years. You ain't doing it. It ain't happening the way you doing it right now. And so some people go to other countries and spend $12,000 to get lipo and things of that nature to get that belly fat off. So pick your poison. That $200 that consists of probably some supplements, probably some weight training, classes, coaching from the trainer. They may send you some shakes as well to drink as meal supplements and things of that nature. It's a package, and it may be a 30-day program, 60-day program. But when you're done, you may not be looking like a bodybuilder, but you may have 3 good inches off your waist. And look at God. So look at the value of a thing before you think you're not going to spend this money. Because that same $200, you'll go to the hair salon and get a good weave and buy the hair and spend about $400. So, what are your priorities? And so I think we need to really think about what is it that we really want to accomplish, and what are we willing to do to get there. And I say this to myself in addition, because there are some things that we're willing to invest in, and there are other things we look at as a spend. So I think we have to look at all of it as an investment. If it's a health goal, we're investing in our health. And it is far better to invest in wellness than it is to invest in or spend money in illness and sickness. It is better to go to a GNC, or there are many small businesses that are out here making herbs and supplements for your body and making sure you have all of your vitamins that you need, getting the turmeric and all the things that we've been doing since COVID, beefing up your immune systems, going online and doing workouts, whether they be paid or free. There are a lot of things that, we can do. Go to the supermarkets or go to the farms, and or if you have a yard, you can grow your own vegetables. But to purchase vegetables and fruits and cook your food at home and make sure that it's healthy, that you're broiling or grilling or baking foods as opposed to frying. And, now that it's warm, you can be out on your grill, outdoors, and all of those things. It's far better to to do those things, to walk, what I'm doing right now. Ain't nobody out here with me, but I'm out here. And it's far better to do this than to have to be in the hospital bed, having to pay for all the things, for sickness, because we didn't do this all along, because we didn't decide to invest in our health. So now we're paying for medications, we're paying for hospital stays, we're paying for treatment, we're paying for physical therapy, we're paying for surgeries, we're paying for ER visits, we're paying for things that some of it could have been avoided if we invested in our health. So I would say, sometimes we have to change our perspective and our mindset around money. There are some things that we look at as a spend when it really is an investment. The things that you do for your health are very important and should not be negated. And I think, sometimes we spend more money on our hair and on shoes than we do for our bodies. You can cut your hair, it doesn't matter. I mean, and we'll look at that as an investment in our beauty, I guess, or our image or whatever. But invest in your health. You look fabulous if you felt good, if you knew you were healthy, and it doesn't necessarily mean skinny. Health doesn't equate to skinny. There are thin people that are not healthy. So it doesn't mean that you have to be a size 2 or a size 4, but you need to be healthy. You need to make sure that you increase your heart rate, that you walk at a brisk pace or run sometimes. Do some things. If you got grandkids, maybe run out there, get on the basketball court with them. They're going to be embarrassed, so they got to be younger. They can't be 18 if you ain't no good, or you got to get out there when it's just the two of y'all, ain't nobody around, because they'll be embarrassed. But get out there and play with the kids, or pull out your bicycle, even if you just go around the block 2 or 3 times until you can get it together, where you can go a little further. Do whatever you can do. Get on that treadmill that's been collecting dust in your house all winter long. Get on there for 15 minutes. Play some good music. Do something for your health today. Make a decision. I'm not going to eat no ice cream today. I'm going to eat a yogurt. Or they have these, they're like almonds or these little packs of nuts. Sometimes they have, not raisins, cranberries in them or some other things. And they're little one serving packs. They're 100 calorie packs. That is your friend. Because if you like me and you get the big bag, you're going to eat probably 3 servings in one sitting. So when you can only eat 1 pack and take it with you when you're on the go, if that's all you got, that's all you'll eat. So do those things. If you know your habits, you know what you got to do. Carry water with you, and make sure you're getting your water in. And believe it or not, instead of having to buy acne medicine and creams that make your complexion better, drink some water. Water clears all that stuff up. Stop drinking the sodas and drink water. Now, you're going to be running to the bathroom, so let me just let you know that. But drink, see if you could get a gallon of water in a day, and you will be surprised how clear your skin looks, how, people will mention it. Like, your skin looks so clear. What do you use? And then you might say, girl, I use some Mary Kay, or I use this or the other. And it's not necessarily that, but you're drinking water. What you put in your body comes out. And so you're flushing away toxins, and you're replacing bad habits with good habits. And it doesn't happen overnight, believe me. It takes time and it takes commitment. And it's okay if you fall off. You go to a barbecue and you drink that soda, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up for, having a day off, or you eating bread and you said you wasn't going to eat no more bread, but you had that burger at the barbecue. It's all right. Start again tomorrow and you don't have no more bread. So, work it out. Do what you can do, but invest. Make the investment. And it's hard because I have definitely, as it pertains to my life, as it pertains to health, as it pertains to the house. I remember having to fire a realtor and get another realtor. As it pertains to the daycare, I remember having to go through a couple of daycares before I found that woman. So, it's a ebb and flow. It's a give and take. We learn as we go. And as it pertains to my business, I promise you, I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on bad coaching, on ineffective people that promised a rose garden that was going to do this, fix that, be done in a week, do this, make promises and promises, and did not result in anything. The things that I found to be successful, I definitely have learned a lot of tips and tools by listening to people on various different platforms. Good morning. And just trying to, learn. So I have learned a lot, but I had to do it myself. I couldn't really rely on anybody. It doesn't mean I'm not going to invest again. It just means I was a little traumatized and I had to wait. But I still realized that I still need help in certain areas. And, it behooves me to find, to continue to search, to pray about it, and to try to find, those people who are experts who can help me in certain areas. I have not found it yet, but the search continues. The saga continues. The marathon continues. This ain't the end of the rope. This ain't the end of our script. God woke us up this morning because it ain't over. Our book is not finished. We're entering a new chapter. We're entering a new season. We're entering some things. And so we got to go hopeful. I can't sit in the past and be like, you know what, this coach didn't help me, so I'm never gonna, and I'm kind of hard. Like, new coaches approach me regularly, and I'm just like, I'm hard about it, and I spoke to someone actually even yesterday who was, okay, well, if you don't want to invest that much, we have another coaching program that's $99 a month, and you get to be in our Facebook group. And we have calls 3 days a week, and we can answer any questions that you have. Well, I'm already in about 80 Facebook groups, and so that wasn't an appeal for me. And I don't particularly want to sit in a group where I ask a question and get a 5 or 10 minute answer. At this point, and for some things, I need my hand held. Or I need you to explain it to me like I'm a 4-year-old. I need some one-on-one. Because sometimes people tell you to do things and it's not necessarily applicable to your situation. Sometimes people, I remember doing like a Facebook class, and they're like, okay, go in and look at your ROAS and this and the other. And I'm like, stop. What's a ROAS, first of all? Where is it? What do I click? And then something was going on with my account and it was stuck. So I couldn't get to the next step and the next step. And so I'm like, I got to fix this issue. So sometimes for some things, you may need a one-on-one, So I think we need to know what we need. We need to know what we need so we can be clear in our ask. So when we're asking, when we're praying for things, sometimes we say, we're asking for one thing, but we really need another. And what's so great about God, he knows what we really need. We might be asking for something, but he knows what we really need. And so we need to be able to try to communicate that when we're looking for this help to help us achieve the goals that we have. But it's a beautiful day out here. This is the day that the Lord has made. It's gorgeous out here. I mean, I'm not going to be out much longer, but I'll do the best that I can so that I could, Lord Jesus, so that I could get back in the house and finish up what I'm working on. I'm actually putting a kit together for corporate business. So I help businesses to brand and promote their businesses through apparel. And I'm putting together a marketing kit for that. And it takes a while because I have content and I have graphics. And I get so caught up with the graphics, y'all, because I'm a graphic designer and that's what I love to do. So little things like, how can I make this prettier, and how can I do this and how can I do that? So anyway, I got that to do, but just wanted to say, don't give up, y'all. And as I said in the beginning, making a decision is not the same as executing. So when we decide that we're going to do something, we need to be committed to that thing. We need to be focused with it. It needs to be a SMART goal. It has to be something that is attainable. It has to be something that that we can analyze, something that we can actually look at and decide, did it work? So what are the goals? What should happen at the end of this month? What do we want to see done? Somebody had told me years ago to write a bio 5 years from now. And I did it. And that time has already passed. And I look back at it. So maybe make not necessarily a bio, but write a statement about your business or about yourself as of June 30th, 2021. What do you want to be able to say about yourself on that day? And then see how you can go backwards, work backwards, and how you can accomplish that. And again, don't put 10 different things down. 2 to 3 priorities that you want to have done. So whether it be you want to be 5 pounds lighter, whether you want to have something completed, whether you want to be MBE certified, whether you want to be whatever the heck it is. Maybe you want to meet somebody and go on a lunch date. Whatever the heck your goal is, see what you can do with that and work it. A decision or a plan without execution is just a dream. Now, we're dreamers. I say dream on. I say go visit the $1 million house. Go see it and see yourself there. Go ahead and test drive the Lamborghini. Women we don't go and test drive cars. Men do that all the time. They'll go and test drive cars all day long. We never do it. We don't want to mess up nobody's car. Go head over to the dealer and test drive and see yourself in it. If that's the desire of your heart, whatever the heck it is, go ahead and walk in it. Go into Saks Fifth Avenue and try on that suit and see yourself there. Whatever it is, normalize luxury, normalize upgrades, normalize nice things for you. Because sometimes we do things for everybody else and we forget about ourselves. We are so busy nurturing and taking care of the kids and the husband and the house and the laundry and cooking and working and the business and everything else. But we never get to us. Normalize self-care. Normalize doing things for ourselves too and making ourselves happy. Go to the store and buy yourself flowers. You don't have to wait for nobody else to send you flowers. I get flowers for myself every now and again because I like looking at them. And so do something nice for yourself and make yourself happy. But write that list. I'm going to do that myself of what I want to say about myself on June 30th of this month, the end of the month, and what it's going to take to get to that point. And that's going to be your plan for the month. Okay, so y'all have a fab day. Hello, Miss Angel. Let's see what you're talking about over here. How are you, my dear? Good morning. Good morning. Where do you get them from? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're referring to. It's all about portion control. Yes, absolutely. It's all about portion control. Because you can eat, hi, how are you? You can eat all the right foods and still gain weight. So you know what you can do? There's an app called MyFitnessPal, and you can pull that up and take the time to enter all of your food. So you can start right now. So what you do when you set up your account, you put in, I don't know, I've had it for so many years, but you put in your name, your gender, your weight, and your weight goal. What you want to, where you want to go. So it'll tell you how many pounds, it'll tell you how many calories to eat each day, and that's your target. And then I think you have to tell it how active you are, if you're active, if you're sedentary, and it'll tell you how many calories that you should eat every day. And you put your food in, you can scan food, or you can type it in, and make sure that you don't exceed those calories. So it's good if you know at the beginning of the day or even the day before everything you're going to eat that day. And then you make sure that that's what you're actually eating. You don't go over it. And it really helps to, it helps you lose weight because you're so conscious about not going over that calorie line that you will pay attention to it. So it's a good thing. Yes, water is my best friend. Me too, girl. I drink water and herbal tea. I used to be addicted to Lipton tea. And I switched maybe 2 years ago now, a year and a half. And now I drink herbal tea and water all day. And believe me, I'll be at the bathroom all the time. But it is good. It's very healthy. And I can't wait to get back in the house so I can drink some more. Look at the little puppy. Look at the little baby. How are you?
Hi.
I don't know if you saw him. Have a wonderful day. Stay committed and it will all work out. Yes, one day at a time, sis. But we going to get together and we going to get there. We going to all celebrate. So it's, and take time to celebrate the small wins because those are important too. You know, losing 1 pound is good. One goal, you know, for me, I have this one room in my house that's like almost like a storage room. And I'm going to get that room. I'm just going to throw this stuff out. I said, if I act like I'm moving, it'll make me do that. Because, you know, you don't take half of the things to the next place when you move. And so I'm going to have a moving mindset. And I'm going to go and just throw this stuff out. And I think I'll feel good about that. That's not actually on my list, but I'll sneak some of that in there. So other than that, we're celebrating dads and grads this month. So make it a great day.